Okay, our weekly update. First, this year, there are a lot of news, very exciting time, really great time to be alive because it's just so interesting. Okay, this is me, this is not changing. Okay, predictions for the next year. Multiple people released their predictions, videos, interviews. So what everybody agree that AI is the fastest developing technology in human history. Compute numbers grow like approximately tenfold every 6 months. So like 6 months tenfold, another 6 months tenfold, that means 100 times in a year. Okay, maybe it's a little bit exaggerated. Maybe it's like a year and a half, but still it's tremendously fast. Huge data centers are being deployed with 300, 500, 700, even 1,000 megawatts using the latest in NVIDIA technology. So it's amazing. So forget about Moore's law, because remember Moore's law was doubling every 2-3 years. Now we're 10 times every half a year. Providers are charging for data. Data becomes a king. Data becomes a place where people fight. There is a recent lawsuit. New York Times is suing Microsoft and OpenAI, and there will be more of that, of course. So people guarding their data, people cleaning their data. So last year, 2023, was a year of discoveries, of proofs of concept. This year is a year of practical deployments and acceleration. And what I see is that the changes are not necessarily small, incremental tuning, but they're big, like something is improved twice or like 10 times better or something like that. So it's in big pieces, it's jumps in big steps. So what we see is smaller, faster models, which can run on laptops and phones, open source gaining on closed models, language plus reasoning plus knowledge, like knowledge graphs, whatever. So they can work together, or they can be separate systems working together. AI agents, that's a big area. Robotics and many other areas. So this graph, it's a very interesting graph, and it shows the closed source development, OpenAI, there's GPT-2, and this is open source, starting at about 23, and it grows very fast, and it's gaining on closed source. In fact, people predict that maybe by the end of this year, open source will become better than closed source. Well, maybe, nobody knows, but they're definitely getting closer. I highly recommend to watch this YouTube video by Matthew Berman. I love him, and he discusses the predictions. He talks about LLaMA, from Meta, from Facebook, which was open sourced for business use, for any kind of use, and this create a huge explosion of different models. And this is a big thing, and they're working on the next generations, and they're including their LLaMA model everywhere in their systems in Meta, and so you will see a lot of LLaMA. Maybe they will release LLaMA 3. Well, something is in works, but it's not ready for release yet. They also have AI Studio. Gemini, Google promised to release Gemini Ultra. Robots, like for example, Tesla Optimus is getting better, and you know, this is a walking robot which can do fine manipulations with its hands. It has sensors on his fingers, so it's really interesting. Open source acceleration I already told. AI agents. No AGI. Well, how you define AGI, but mostly people don't believe it will be achieved this year. More and more synthetic data, more and more progress in the data, and training models on synthetic data, improved data. People believe that a lot of progress will be achieved by just improving the data. Multimodal as default for all the models. Now we have models for language, text, we have models for images, for videos, but all this will more and more will be integrated together and will become default. Evil bots like spam, fakes, and they will become much better. And the solution is charge for sending messages. How you avoid spam? You start charging for sending messages. Twitter already doing this. Reddit started doing the same thing, which actually moves some companies out of business. GPT 4.5, well, people expecting that it will become better, faster, and cheaper. I really like this Twitter by William Falcon. So he says that 1 billion parameter models will outperform 70 billion parameters. Model cheaply deployed on CPUs, not API services. So models, mostly people will just run locally on their consumer hardware or mobile devices. Data quality will yield the next 10 times boost in performance. Yes, a lot of progress with fine-tuning models on better data. Open source models will beat the best private models. Well, maybe. It's like a wish list. Compilers will unlock at least 80% speed up in models, both training and inference, and legislation will side with content creators over model developers, which is probably true. Okay, next, this is example how to run Mixtral, which is a mixture of 7 billion parameter models within 24 gigabyte of VRAM, visual RAM. So this is a post and this is the code. This is the developer who proposes it. He's originally from India, now he's in Germany. And we tried to run this. We got into some errors, so it's not successful yet. Maybe we need to contact him. But this is definitely great success. So what's happening here, flash attention uses specific hardware properties of NVIDIA chips, and AWQ is activation-aware weight optimization, where you quantize different weights differently depending on how important they are. So it's a more clever, flexible approach which allows you to compress the model so much so that you can run it on your desktop. That's quite amazing. Two more examples. One is called PowerInfer, and this is the GitHub and the post, and it allows you to achieve 11 times speed up in inference of the model. So it's almost reaching A100 levels while running on cheap hardware. So it is 11 times faster than LLaMA CPP. You know, LLaMA CPP project is a very famous project to run models, to run inference. And this PowerInfer is much faster. And they tested it on two models, Falcon 40 billion parameters and on LLaMA 2 family. And yeah, this is quite amazing. And another work is actually from Russia, from Moscow Physics Technology Institute. And what they did, they used similar approach, which is parameter offloading. And they managed to run Mixtral not on 24 gigabytes like here in previous slide, but on 12 gigabytes. So they were running it on NVIDIA 3060, which is quite cheap. You can find it in laptops. And yeah, this is, I believe, great, right? So this is the article, this is the Twitter. Okay, I highly recommend everybody to spend an hour and listen to this interview. So Peter Diamandis talks to Elon Musk. Well, both are very famous. Peter Diamandis started X Prize for space flights and then many other X Prizes. In Greece, there is a postal stamp with his face, as you can see. He's an amazing guy. He started so many projects. And he talks with Elon Musk about AI, about the future, what we will see in 2024, about abundance, about optimism. They both are very optimistic, and I mean, this is a great interview. It's eye-opening. I highly recommend you to listen to it. Okay, jan.ai. This is open source project. It's an application which can run on any platform, Windows, Mac, Linux, and Mac may be Intel or Apple Silicon. And it can run chatbot free. locally on your computer. So the screen will look something like this. And yeah, and it's very easy. And this YouTube demo shows how to do it step by step. It's very, very easy. So go ahead and run it. Okay, some miscellaneous topics. Well, this is a large language model course, which is a good course. There are so many, but this is one more. Okay, this is how you can run Mixtral on free tier Google Colab instances. So there is an article and a Twitter. Gemini versus GPT-4V. This is a comparison. You know, Gemini, when they released it, they claimed that it's multimodal, and but there is some analysis. So whatever, it's arguable. I will not get into this, but you can read the actual articles which do the comparison. Learning foreign languages. Many people nowadays use ChatGPT to learn foreign languages. This is an interesting video where the person compares different models, and he believes that ChatGPT is the best and Microsoft Bing is on the second place. Like if you want to learn a new language, this is the way to go. And you can talk to the model. There's a plugin for a desktop browser, or there is a application for the mobile device. You can simply talk to it. You can make a plan, and anytime you have some time to talk in a foreign language, you can talk to this personal tutor. Okay, a comprehensive survey of hallucination mitigation techniques. So this is a quite good article. WhiteRabbitNeo, a Copilot for cybersecurity. So this is a model which was trained on knowledge about cybersecurity. So it will answer all your questions, what to do, how to mitigate, how to resolve, how to prepare. Like really, really great model. And cybersecurity, as you know, is a very important area. So this is a great thing. RAG course, like Andrew Ng, you know, Coursera, Stanford, he has deeplearning.ai, and he recently was releasing multiple short courses. Each course is just one lecture, about 1 hour long. And this is about RAG, but not just a simple RAG, but advanced with re-ranking and so on. So you can take this course if you want, it's free. Self-play fine-tuning. Well, there was a conversation over and over that AlphaGo was training itself by playing against another AlphaGo like network. So now there is improving large language models by self-playing with another large language model. So converts weak language models to strong language. So this is done at University of California, Los Angeles, and this is interesting. I think we will see more and more work in this direction. GPT fast is fast inference, like really fast, more than 20 tokens per second, but this is on a real server, like 8 A100 GPUs. But still, it's possible, and it's using pure PyTorch and Mixtral. So yeah, this is good. More miscellaneous stuff. Well, this is fun. In London, they will be premiering showing Elvis Avatar, which will be projected, but also will be powered by AI. So this is fun. Perplexity raised 73, another like $1 million. So Perplexity is an online chatbot. It's closed source, but pretty good. I actually use it all the time. I have it on my here. You see, it's #1. I actually many people like it. GPTs were announced in November, started in November, then closed, and they will be reopened probably next week. And this is so GPTs are custom GPT applications. So it's kind of like App Store, but it will be GPT store for GPTs. And developers can make money developing those GPTs. CrewAI, this is really great stuff. So here's a GitHub and here's a YouTube demonstration. So it's an open source framework to create teams of models using local models or APIs for online models like GPT-4, for example. You can use LLaMA to run local models. You can use LangChain. You can use many tools together. And CrewAI allows you to create like array of different models and give these models different capabilities, different roles. It's similar to AutoGen. It's really great, and I highly recommend you to just go to GitHub, go to this presentation. RAGatouille or RAGatouille, open source RAG library. So RAG is very popular, retrieval augmented generation, and this library is when you want to create your own RAG, you can just use this library. So this is great. Google Bard Advanced. So it looks like Google is planning to make a paid version of their Bard AI chatbot, and well, it's not out yet, but it looks like it will happen. Apple released the Ferret model. So this is a multimodal for vision, and this is the GitHub, and there is a 7 billion parameter model and 13 billion parameter model, and it's really great, and great that Apple, usually they keep everything closed, but yeah, I guess this is exception. Microsoft now will have a key on the keyboard for Copilot. So it is AI key on the keyboard on all Microsoft computers. I mean, on computers running Microsoft Windows. So this is interesting. JPMorgan announced DocLLM. So this is a transformer-based model for analyzing the documents. The documents, like PDFs, may have structure, they have columns, they have certain layouts. And this model somehow can analyze it and can extract information from it without the need for complex vision encoders. There is a lot of announcements, a lot of talk about it, kind of a lot of advertising, but it's not released in the open, so I don't know if it will become open source or not. Better prompts, principal instructions. This is very interesting work and very useful. So this is the link to the article. So you can go there, and this is a pretty lengthy article, and it gives some advice on how to do better prompting. So for example, use your task is, or you must, or you will be penalized, well, if not, or answer a question given in a natural human manner, right? Add, I'm going to tip certain amount of money for a better solution. Use leading words like think step by step. Employ affirmative directives like do this, and avoid negative like don't. Repeat a specific word or phrase multiple times within a prompt to achieve result. So this is a picture of the article. I actually put the list of the 26 principles here. So when you download, like under the video on the YouTube, I will put a link and you can go and download it. And yeah, I think this is very useful. I think everybody who works with large language models have to like put it on your wall. I mean, this is really important. Okay, COM, composition to augment language models. Oh, okay. So this is interesting work, and the idea is that you can train, you can take several models and you can merge them. So you can teach a generic model some skills. So let's say you have several models which were fine-tuned for specific tasks, and using COM, you can merge them into your model. And yeah, so efficient and practical composition of existing foundation models with more specific models to enable newer capabilities. Interesting work, and it's coming from Google DeepMind, which is good. Okay, another work similar coming from actually from Asia. There are several countries, and here's a TLDR, too long, don't read. Okay, take pre-trained model, freeze parameters, add new blocks with the last project layer set to 0. Train this new block. You'll get model with new data without forgetting the old data. Model will be big because new blocks, and also will be slower, but better than pre-training from scratch. So this is the approach. This is Twitter, Hugging Face article, archive article, and GitHub. A new post pre-training methods for large language models with expansion of transformer blocks, adding additional blocks. Tune the expanded blocks using only new data, efficiently and effectively improving the model's knowledge without catastrophic forgetting of the old knowledge. Achieve advanced performance among various benchmarks, demonstrating superiority over existing open models in the LLaMA family and the immense potential of reasoning addressing diverse tasks and intelligent agent. So this is great work, and what can I say? Mobile ALOHA. There are a lot of videos demonstrating this robot. This is from Google. This is, I think, version 2 of the device. This is really amazing. So you see, the person can demonstrate, like guide the robot to do certain actions, and then the robot will be able to do those actions by itself. So you can manipulate the robot remotely. You can manipulate the robot like this physically, and then the robot can do stuff. It's amazing. He can, I don't know, fold clothing or work in the kitchen, like prepare food. Like it's absolutely amazing what this thing is doing. So it's a combination of AI with this. So it's not like, it doesn't look like human, right? It's a mobile table with a computer on top of this table. But it works, it does the tasks. One of the definitions of AGI was if the robot can go in the kitchen and prepare coffee. This thing can do it. It can do the coffee. It's not AGI, but it can follow instructions. Okay, anyway, massive text embedding benchmark. So this is on Hugging Face, and it's about embedding models. Remember that transformer takes, let's say, transformer model for translation. It takes text in English, it converts it into some intermediate presentation, some vector representation, and then so it encodes it and then decodes it in some other language, let's say French, right? So the first part, which is encoding into vectors, this is embedding models. And what I see is huge progress in the sizes and the quality of the models. They become bigger. Like now they can handle sequence length of 32K kilotokens, right? And embedding now 4,000. And by the way, this is based by Mixtral. Well, it's understandable because all the large language models are transformer based, so you can use them to become embedding model. And yeah, so if you are thinking about RAG, about vector database, I recommend you to go and explore the new models which now recently have become available. Okay, Microsoft Copilot App was recently released, and it's free. I mean, there is a Copilot app, and there is also Copilot for Microsoft 365. These are different things. I installed Copilot on my computer, and yeah, it's a free app, and you can use it. It's behind the scene, it's basically using Bing, but it's like a desktop application, so you don't have to open the browser. Oh, reasoning with foundation models. Well, it's a big research area. So this is the article which describes the progress and different paths of research. I recommend. This is the graph which shows how the interest grows. So this is 2021, this is 2022, and this is 2023. You see, this is explosion of number of articles, number of research works. Okay, Hugging Face large language model leaderboard. Well, the leaders have changed dramatically. We see a lot of models coming from Chinese startup 01.ai, some LLaMA based and some Mixtral based. So this is the leaders. And you see the number of parameters. Only one is 70 billion parameters, and others are smaller. So this is interesting. Okay, crowdsource arena unfortunately hasn't changed. It's still December 20th. It was 2 weeks ago. Hopefully next week they will update. But you see that the winner is GPT-4, next is Claude, and Mixtral is on the third place. Winning against the GPT 3.5 and against the Gemini Pro, which is Google. Okay, in this just collection of tools, so I added something here. Oh, I added CrewAI, I added text generation web AI, whatever. Okay, that's it. Thank you.